All right, guys. So today we are going to dive into the Scheda Ministeriale quiz, which is specific to those of you who are preparing to write the exam. So please, I will encourage you to watch this Scheda Ministeriale to the end to know how many you are going to get at the end of the quiz. All right, so let's proceed. The number one is said, La cosilla A, B, and C rappresentate in figura non consentono ai conducente di proseguire dritto. The number one is vero, not falso, okay? Because he said lane A and lane B and lane C, which is being shown in the figure you are seeing here, do not allow the drivers to continue straight ahead on this road. Meaning, if you are in lane A, you cannot continue straight ahead. Neither if you are in lane B, you cannot continue straight ahead. If you are in lane B, you either turn left or you turn right. If you are in lane C, you are only permitted to turn right. So the number one is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number two. The number two is nell'incrocio rappresentato in figura il veicolo R passa per primo. The number two is vero, not falso, because he said at the intersection shown in the figure you are seeing here, vehicle arrow, which is the blue vehicle, passes first. Oh yes, it is, which is passa per primo. As soon as the blue vehicle is gone, the second vehicle to leave this intersection is the D, which is the veicolo di eccezionale. While the third vehicle to leave the intersection is the yellow vehicle, which is the A. So the number two is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number three. If you can learn in this manner, then I guarantee you can pass the exam. The number three is said, quando il veicolo percorre una curva è assoggettato ad una forza che tende a sportarlo verso l'interno. The number three is falso, not vero, okay? Because he said, when the vehicle goes around a curve, which is curva, it is subjected to a force that tends to move it inward. It is falso, okay? Because when a vehicle, for example, if your vehicle goes around a curve on the road with an excessive speed, it can cause it to overturn. That is one thing you need to know. If the vehicle goes around a curve with an excessive speed, it can cause the vehicle to continue to skid. But if you pay attention to the question, it's telling you that quando il veicolo percorre una curva è soggettato ad una forza che tende a esportarlo verso l'interno. No, it is falso, not vero, okay? So let's move to number four. The number four is said, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia in presenza di lavori di dare precedenza ai veicoli provenienti dal senso opposto. The number four is vero, not falso, because he said The sign shown you are seeing here, which is the direct precedenza necessi unici attenanti pane you are seeing here, indicate that in the presence of a roadwork, priority should be given to vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Oh, yes, it is. So, the number 4 is vero, not falso. The sign shown you are seeing here requires that in narrow passages, vehicles coming from the opposite direction should be given priority. So, the number 4 is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number 5. The number 5 is said, nell'incrocio rappresentato in figura, tutti i veicoli devono usare prudenza nell'attraversarlo. The number 5 is vero, not falso, because he said, at the intersection shown in the figure you are seeing here, all vehicles must use caution when they are crossing the road. So the number 5 is vero, not falso. Okay? In the situation shown you are seeing here in the figure, the tram has priority over other vehicles at this intersection. So the tram is the first to leave the intersection. So the number 5 is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number 6. If you don't understand, please do not hesitate to let me know. The number 6 is said, avvicinadosi ad un semaforo che già da molto tempo hai la luce verde accesa, occorre proseguire con prudenza, pronti eventualmente a fermarsi se quando si accende la luce gialla non si è ancora impegnato l'incrocio. Oh, yes, it is. The number 6 is vero, not falso. Okay? Because he said, when you are approaching a traffic light that has had the green light on for a long time, you must proceed with caution, ready to stop if when the yellow light comes on, you have not yet entered the intersection. It means when the green light, which is among the 3 lights you are seeing here, has been on for a very long time, then you must proceed with caution. Why? Because the yellow light, which is giallo, will comes on any moment from now. So if you are not yet already at the intersection, then you should prepare to stop before the linear transversale. So the number 6 is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number 7. The number 7 is said, la fermata è vietata in corrispondenza o in prossimità dei passaggi a livello. The number 7 is vero, not falso. Okay? Because he said stopping is prohibited at or near a level crossing. Oh, yes, it is. It is prohibited for you to stop at or near a level crossing, which is passaggio a livello, where the train usually pass, not the tram, the train. So the number 7 is vero, not falso. Okay? So let's move to number 8. The number 8 is said, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia un divieto di transito per I pedoni. No, the number 8 is falso, not vero. Because it said, the sign shown you are seeing here indicate a traffic ban for pedestrians. No, it is false because the sign shown you are seeing here is usually placed at the end of the pedestrian path. I repeat, the sign shown you are seeing here indicate that from that point on which you see this panel, pedestrians are no longer allowed to drive on a reserved path. So the number 8 is false, not very, okay? Because it does not indicate a traffic ban for pedestrians, because that is exactly what the question is talking about. So the number 8 is false, not vero, okay? So let's move to number 9. The number 9 is said, nella parte posteriore della autovetture devi essere apposto un segnale che indica la velocità massima consentita. The number 9 is false, not vero, okay? Because he said a sign indicating the maximum permitted speed must be placed on the rear of cars. It is false, not vero, okay? Because a sign, I repeat, a sign indicated the maximum speed, the maximum permitted speed is not required on the rear of cars. I repeat, the sign indicating the maximum speed or the maximum permitted speed is not required on the rear of cars. Rather, it is required only for certain vehicles which are such as truck or buses or vehicles with a legally limited maximum speed. So the number 9 is false, not vero, okay? If you don't understand, please do not hesitate to let me know. Then I will explain more to your understanding. So the number 9 is false, not vero. Nella parte posteriore della autovetture devi essere apposto un segnale che indica la velocità massima consentita. No, it is false, not vero, okay? So let's move to number 10. The number 10 said, il segnale raffigurato richiede di procedere con cautela in presenza di pedoni, anche se si trovano fuori dalla carreggiata. Oh yes, it is. The number 10 is vero, not falso, because it said, the sign shown you are seeing here requires you to proceed with caution in the presence of pedestrians, even if they are off the road. Oh yes, it is. Meaning, if pedestrians are off the road, you are still required to proceed with caution. Why? Because on this road that you are circulating on, there is a gravel that might that might spark on those who are walking along that part of the road, which is gravel. Okay, the sign shown you are seeing here warns of the presence of gravel that can be thrown at a distance when the vehicle passes on this part of the road. So the number 10 is vero, not falso. Okay? Alright, so for those of you who would like to watch the full Scheda Ministeriale, then I would encourage you to join the private class. If you can learn in this manner, then you are actually on the right track. So I look forward to see you on the next Scheda Ministeriale. Ciao.